part of me wants to see Lewis win the 8th, just so that it can be over.
No, I'm just kidding.
And here we go again. He win his 8th, be done with it, and see what he does next. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Around the Circuit, Apollo Media's Formula One podcast. As always, I'm your boy Junior, joined by my boys Mark and Ivan. It's race week. We are at the iconic track Spa.
Yes.
Shortest track. Longest track, shortest name.
Yes.
If you shorten it. Yes, we know the real name is a lot longer, but
very long.
It's Spa. We're going to the Spa this weekend. Boys,
Yes.
How are we feeling?
Spa day.
It's Spa day?
Spa day.
I didn't get my flag. Hold on. Sorry.
We all finally got flags now.
We looked through the pile that we have and we found a Dutch one. But yeah, I'm excited. You know, Spa is always an exciting race to watch. Seeing the cars go up Eau Rouge is always a fun thing to watch. But, good race for me last time at Silverstone. You know, Ferrari's looking good. So I'm excited to see what we can possibly do. But, you're just excited. This season has been entertaining.
Interesting, to say the least.
Interesting and entertaining, no matter how you look at it. But, yeah. Yeah, well, I know for you, like, you don't have to poop on my parade, man.
It's been interesting. I said interesting. That was nice.
Said it's been 2 years since I've had a championship, man. I'm in a drought.
Yeah, we're in a drought here, brother. It's been since Abu Dhabi of last year, since Max won. Like,
been since 2020 for me, buddy.
Look, buddy.
We can play this game.
Respect my privacy at this moment. No, the season has been interesting. It has been, entertaining. Entertaining is a good word for it. These regulations have been something.
Yes.
Working out the kinks still, but
yeah,
we've been saying it all year, dude. Like, we see the promise that they have. Just they got to figure out the little parts of it.
I mean, we're down to the last 2 races of the first half. We got going to Spa this weekend. It's part of a doubleheader. We turn around next weekend and we have Hungary out at the Hungaroring, and then we go into our summer break before returning to Zandvoort. So, yeah, last two race weekends of the first half, and then another break. Imagine that. It's going to be interesting to see how the second half goes. I feel like not much is going to change in these next 2 weeks on who wins, who's fighting at the front, despite what Adrian knew he might think. But no, the season overall has been interesting. We're going into, like I said, like an iconic track, an iconic race, where the Belgian Grand Prix, where, I mean, we're still up in the air. The championship's still up for grabs. Yes, Kimi has been in the lead. He has been fighting from the front, but Ferrari has looked promising. George isn't going anywhere.
No.
So, yeah, I mean,
it can get very interesting, and these next 2 races could be like look for the second half of the season and what could potentially happen. But man, Kimi was and still is dominating. But that Mercedes, man, the reliability
has been the topic of
like I said before, Ferrari has been pretty good with reliability. But yeah, Mercedes, it's been a problem. It first started really with George, but now it's really come back and gotten Kimi multiple times.
For a while there, Kimi was marked safe from the issues.
Yeah.
And then it's gotten him a couple times. They've pinpointed it. They said they're going to fix it. The issue, what it is, who knows? I think, like you said, Kimi's still been dominating. I think the biggest thing to look at is even in the losses, like before he's DNF'd or anything like that, he's been faster or if not on pace with George.
Yeah.
So if he keeps this form up, as long as the car doesn't betray him anymore, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
both those times he DNF so far, he was beating George.
Yeah.
The first time he passed George, and then
the car took shit.
Shed itself.
Yeah.
And then the second time, he was
catching him.
Yeah, he's catching.
He was catching Charles.
He was catching Charles.
He was well ahead of George.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's the main concern if you're like mainly a Kimi and Mercedes fan, especially with George too, because it hasn't really gotten him besides, this past been Silverstone, but that was, a tire issue, not a reliability issue. But yeah, that's something to look out for. But I think no matter what, Mercedes is still fastest. They're still the ones to beat.
Yeah.
Ferrari, you can say, yeah, we have gotten lucky, but those Lewis and Charles, those 2 times really drove their asses off and really earned the win.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I wouldn't even say it was luck for Mercedes. Mercedes has just looked fast. Yeah, not Mercedes, Ferrari. Ferrari has just looked fast. I mean, Mercedes still has the advantage, but Ferrari does not look bad this season at all.
Yeah.
And we kind of expected that. I mean, we said it at the beginning of the season when we gave our driver and constructors predictions. We expected them to be at the front fighting for Mercedes. We expected them to be doing exactly what they've been doing. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen Lewis win. We've seen Charles win. We've seen multiple podiums with either of them on it. Like, they're doing what they need to do to stay close by, and hopefully they get another upgrade or two that will help bring them even closer.
Yeah. I was looking at some stats just now. So, like, first off, I expect a lot from Ferrari this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've won 3 out of the past 4 races here. That's something I didn't realize till I just saw that. Like, this is a Ferrari track.
Yeah.
Even souped up engine or not. But the other thing I was looking at and it kind of surprised me was, like, Kimi feels like he has, like, a good hand on the season championship right now, but also he has a smaller lead than what Piastri had last year at this time, too.
Yeah.
So I think Lando didn't get the lead for the championship till, like, Coda or Mexico last year.
It was Mexico.
So we have plenty of races left for Kimi to, like, keep slipping up like he has been. I think this championship is going to come down, obviously, to those big 3 that have been up there in the front. But now that Charles got the win underneath his belt, he can at least try to, if not help, add a little bit more difficulty for the Mercedes to get more points, too.
I'm interested to see how Charles reacts this next 2 races with his width to the win. He got the win, got it out of the way. Like we said, it was his first win since Austin of 2024. I didn't even realize it had been that long since he won, because he seems to always be up front. I mean, yeah, he's ran into some bad luck and everything this season, but I really want to see if this is a confidence boost to him, especially in a track where Ferrari's probably going to give Mercedes a run for its money at Spa. Can he use this as a confidence boost and fight for another win this weekend? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we know Lewis is going to be up there. Lewis is in, he's keeping up with the form, and so he's doing his thing. I wouldn't say he looks like prime Lewis, but he looks like, he's turned back the clock a little bit, and he's up there. He's got a good car. He's got good engineer. He's got a good team behind him right now. He's got, you know what I'm saying? So I want to see if Charles can make a little noise. I would like to see that just for the hell of it. I wanted him to be the driver. I predicted him to be my driver champion this year. I don't think that's happening.
No.
But I would like to see him make some noise.
Yeah,
build off the win.
Man, what a complete 180 from last season, man. That last season was rough, man. Both drivers is bad luck. You had bad engineers. He who shall not be named. But yeah, no. After last year, to come out and have these performances that they're putting up, both drivers have a win. Only non-Mercedes winners, besides maybe if you count a sprint win from Lando.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been amazing to see. I can't wait to see what we do next. I'm hoping that this win at Silverstone was a boost for Charles' confidence and set him back on that path to remember who he is. He is the golden boy Ferrari. He's the guy who a lot of people say that he can win a championship there at Ferrari. And it's time to prove it. But unfortunately, probably won't happen this year.
Yeah.
But
maybe with some tweaks to the regs and they build off this year. Second year of the regulations, maybe Ferrari takes that step and.
Yeah, just excited to see what these 2 guys can do to see if we can make a run at Mercedes for the constructors.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
you say constructors before you get into Ivan. Lewis ain't that far off from the drivers,
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to jinx anything. But, man, Lewis has been on fire.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he can keep it up. Whatever he's doing at home,
I'm not going to lie. Part of me, I do want to see Kimi win. But if Kimi cannot win the championship, part of me wants to see Lewis win the 8th just so that it could be over.
No, I'm just kidding.
And here we go again. He win his 8th, be done with it, and see what he does next. Because I have a feeling like Lewis is like, all right, I got my 8th, I'm out.
Yeah, he's been so outspoken about reclaiming the 8th.
Yeah,
and,
he really wants that 8th, and I get it. You know, you want to be the leader in championship. I mean, he's since 2020 been tied with Schumi.
Yeah, I watch, how far he's come, the success he's had, and then the way to lose it, especially like that, how in 2021 he did.
Yeah,
that obviously leaves a bad taste in his mouth. So,
and I think that's what it is. He dominated for those years. He won all those championships. He lost it the way he did in 2021, and then he was like, well, you know what? I'm not giving up till I get it. I mean, we've seen him in the past talk about how like he didn't want family. He didn't, he was going to wait until he was done driving and did what he wanted to do.
Couldn't wait that long, huh?
Well, hey, man, sometimes you just need somebody to step up. But you threw me off. You go into this year where you have a chance to get the 8th for Ferrari, at that, like this legacy team.
Yeah.
What more do you want? If he was to win this year, what more would you want? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it really would be perfect. Like with Ferrari, with this team that he's won.
If I'm him, I'm walking away. I'm like, you know what? I got it. Thanks for the fun. It's been a fucking ride.
Yeah,
I'm the undisputed championship leader.
Yeah.
I'm out.
He's talked about how he is here for the long haul, and it's just like, okay, does that mean till you get your 8th, or does that mean like just even if you do get the 8th, you just keep going? Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Just stat padding the wins, whatever you can, the podiums. But I would love to see the 8th, obviously, but the Mercedes are still the fastest team. Kimi is still on the roll. George is still there. Who knows? Maybe we could see it, but I'm looking forward to see what Ferrari can do the rest of the year. And like I said, fight for the constructors.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's ironic that you mentioned the 2021 because it's predicted there may be some showers in the area this weekend. And the last time that happened was Spa 2021 during that controversial race we did like 5 laps in the rain and decided to call it.
Yeah.
And I think Max was declared the winner.
Yep.
George got his first podium that race.
Yep.
And then Lewis was in 3rd on that race. So it's ironic.
Was Lewis 3rd?
Yeah. I just had to check it to double. I was like, Lewis was 3rd that race?
Okay.
So I forgot George Russell qualified in 2nd in that race. Like that was
that was his first podium
with Williams. Like, so
I think it was the short. It was like 27 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't even like. It shouldn't have been classified, but it was classified. Yeah. But it's ironic, like, how things come full circle like that in F1.
Yeah.
Like, all right, this race that's going to be remembered for, like, all the bad reasons. Now, all of a sudden, we come back 5 or 6 years later, and now this whole situation set up. So I think it's going to be very, very telling about what the rest of the season has because, honestly, I think Ferrari's got a lot of good tracks coming up.
No, they do. Like, I'm telling you, I think Ferrari could – if Charles gets it together, Ferrari could make a push, man. I think they really, really could make a push, especially with the reliability issues. Until it's for sure fixed, until Mercedes comes out and says, we got it, we're done, we're not going to have that issue no more. Because all Ferrari has to do is be close enough to push them to the limit.
Yeah.
And more times than not, as we've seen these past few races, the car's not going to last.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not just Charles they have to look out for. They got to look out for your boy, too, because
he's up there.
He's in the running for podiums now.
As long as his rear wing closes, we're good. You know what I
There's
mean?
only 3 podium spots, and there's like 5 or 6 drivers that are fighting out for them. Yeah. So, like, it's going to be harder than what I think Mercedes even thinks so. And I think Toto can kind of sense it, but I feel like Kimi, since he's so young, isn't really fretting it at all. He's like, I've got a lead as long as I can, keep working back through the field. Kimmy's got to get these starts figured out, though.
Yeah, like, I will say
that's something that's going to come back and bite him in the butt one day where he gets DNF'd like easily in the very first couple laps because he can't figure out how to get the car started.
I mean, if you think about it, it kind of already has because he's having to push that car so much to make up all those places from even just his last race.
Yeah.
He had the bad start and he had to push to make up all these. And then the car breaks, and it wasn't an engine thing. It was something else this time, but it's always something it feels like when you're pushing the car to the limit that causes it to break. He hit a curb too hard, and that shield or whatever, wheel shield or whatever was broke.
Yeah.
And then, boom, there goes his race. So, I mean, it's I think it's safe to say that with these cars right now, if you can push the Mercedes even a little bit, more times than not, you might get lucky and something goes wrong for them.
Yeah.
And if I'm Ferrari, if I'm Red Bull, I'm like, hey. If I'm McLaren, I'm like, hey, take advantage of this. But maybe not McLaren too much because they have the same engine, but they've had their own reliability issues as it is.
Whole other issues on their own. Yeah. So, they need to get those figured out.
So I want to ask y'all going into this race, there's 5 straight line modes. Who does it help more, Mercedes or Ferrari? I think the easy answer on paper, it looks like Mercedes.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you look at first glance on paper, you're going to say Mercedes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you never know with how the engines are, with how Ferrari is, like, you could definitely see it benefiting them just as much, if not more, than maybe a Mercedes. So it's kind of a situation where I'm like, I need to see it before I believe anything of who could benefit. Once we get those in like practices or in qualifying, and we'll see, then I'll be like, okay, we got something here. Like, oh, maybe Ferrari.
I'm really interested to watch practice and see how they test out some of this deployment and see how they use these straight line modes and where they deploy the energy and kind of, because I feel like Ferrari has that deployment strategy advantage. Mercedes is going to have the straight line speed, but there are some times where I think Ferrari could use that to their advantage.
Yeah.
I think it's almost even on how it helps and hurts, but the main reason why I would say it gives Ferrari an edge is because of that Mercedes reliability issues. I just think it's going to make the car work harder than what it already has to. Mm-hmm. And if Kimi or even George in this case has a bad start, then you've got to double that because you've really got to cut through and get through everybody. And let it not be forgotten, Spa isn't the easiest track to pass at.
No, that's true. Like, granted, we have it would be. I'm interested to see where some of these overtakes happen with the new regs and the battery deployment.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like you said, it's not the easiest.
And like this little sidebar, like unrelated to the question, but dude, this is the first time in my F1 fandom I don't have to be scared of Spa as an Alpine fan. I'd have an engine that can possibly make it down the end of the straight and not be passed by 3 cars.
Look, dude. if you're junior in F125, you just run Mark off the track and going up Eau Rouge, and then you're good. You know what I'm saying? Like
that was probably Gasly's strategy in previous years, to be honest, dude. So like, I'm excited for the midfield fight. That's also the reason I wanted to mention Alpine, because we got like a nice little midfield fight going on between the Racing Bulls and
Alpine. Alpine and
Racing
then,
Bulls are 1 point apart.
Yeah. And then who is it? Haas is right there with them.
Yeah.
It's
well, I mean, they're like kind of behind, but yeah.
They're existing.
The Racing Bulls and Alpine are right there neck and neck. I mean, they've both seen, well, Pierre saw the podium.
Well, he didn't see it. Technically, he did see it, but he wasn't.
He has the trophy, but he didn't see like
the Exactly. Racing Bulls haven't, but I mean they've been on that streak of just double points for what, like 5 races straight now.
Something
like that. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out for sure.
I think they're catching up more than I think people are giving them credit for too. I don't think they're that far off of like, and this is not saying anything good about McLaren, but like they're not that far off of a McLaren pace.
Who's that?
Alpine and Racing Bulls. I think both of the teams.
I think you see. Here's the thing: when McLaren has showed speed, they're up towards the front. They're fighting with Mercedes, but I feel like they've been the biggest losers when it comes to reliability out of those Mercedes engines than even Mercedes themselves. Yeah, Mercedes has had their issues, but I feel like McLaren more than anyone has felt those issues. Williams doesn't even fucking have a car to put the engine in, pretty much. So I won't even count them, but
still overweight car. They've got the same issue kind of like Red Bull has with
Carlos
overweight.
And Alex are ready to leave. So.
Yeah, Carlos and Alex are about 1 foot out the door, fed up with this shit. James Fowles is trying to do anything he can to fucking salvage his team. I don't know. It's weird. But Alpine, I think, has so far been the most improved from last season to this, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, when you're the highest scoring last place team in F1 history, man.
It's kind of hard not to.
It's kind of hard not to.
Speaking of possible midfield teams and upgrades, do we believe Adrian Newey on the upgrade package they're supposed to be bringing, not this weekend, but next weekend into the Hungaroring?
No.
Because according to him and according to the Aston Martin team, this package is supposed to be huge and completely turn the car around and
the B spec,
bring them up to a fighting for points and in the midfield.
Maybe Fernando can do it.
Well, I think that team pretty much revolves around Fernando, and then the boss's son is driving the other car.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Aston can. What's it gonna do? Make the car worse?
I mean, they're already significantly slower than the spontaneous combustible Cadillac. So,
I mean, they're honestly lucky that they've been allowed to run this season. Because technically speaking, if we were going by the rule book, they would not have hit the regulations to be able to qualify for some of these races had not been given waivers.
That's true.
They are really, really lucky.
That is very true.
They messed up so bad with this car. Like, it's a B-spec car, which means, if anybody doesn't know, they pretty much rebuilt the entire car, guys. Like, they realized this was not going to work. I don't know. The craziest thing to me is I have barely heard anything from Honda. Honda has been really, really quiet while Adrian Newey's been talking a lot lately, which has me to think.
I mean, Honda came out and said, like, look, the engine's not the problem.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you're getting vibrations out of this, but it's not because of us. So fix your shit and come back to us, and we'll work together and see what we can go from there.
It really said, it ain't our fault.
Yeah.
Honda was like, look, the engine is shaking the car, but the rest of the car is shaking on its own, man. Like that ain't on us. Like, I've kind of felt bad for them now that the more news has come out about them. Like, man, they were getting hammered at the beginning of the season, and it was all Honda's fault. All these flashbacks to when they were with McLaren and they had their downfalls, and it's like, no, man, Adrian has to get his car together. We were talking about this pre-show, but I find it hard to believe when he said, yeah, now we're starting to listen to the drivers more. We're trying to get more feedback. When he came from Red Bull, when you listen to one driver specifically, and you've been doing that for 4 straight years. But
I'm telling you, man, he was the godfather of aerodynamics. He swore he knew more than anything, and he was tired of listening to the drivers. So he went in trying to do his own thing, and now he's like, you know what? Maybe I did that for a reason. Fernando, what you got for me?
building
I really
Valkyrie.
wouldn't listen too much to what Stroll's got to say, but hey.
Building the Valkyrie was the worst thing that ever happened to Adrian, because he got all that. He got all his ideas he got to get out of his head, and he's like, damn, now I got more ideas I want to put on a car. Mm-hmm. I feel like he did that to Aston Martin, and it's like not helped that team at all.
His Frankenstein came to life at Goodwood this past week. What they call it, the RB17? That car looks sick. I'm not going to lie. I saw Yuki was driving it, and
that thing looks like it's ready to get airborne.
Anytime. Speaking of, I hope Max's wing closed because I don't need him launching off Eau Rouge like a fucking spaceship.
What do you mean? He just goes from the first bump, goes up over the second bump, and he's good to go.
He's good to go, ready to roll.
Good to go. He'll float.
So yeah, I mean, Spa's going to be interesting. We'll get into our prediction a little bit, but there is some other news that's come out this week. Apparently at Spa, they were supposed to announce that Bahrain was going to be back on the calendar just later in the year. Now, with the ongoing unrest in the Middle East, it's kind of ramped back up. They said, scratch that. Bahrain's not happening anymore. And on top of that, Qatar and Abu Dhabi, the last 2 races of the season, might be at risk. So now F1, the word on the streets is apparently by the end or by Zandvoort weekend. So we have these next 2 weeks. We have the 3 weeks off for summer break, and then we go into Zandvoort. By Zandvoort weekend, there should be an announcement on if we're going to race there, and if not, where they're looking to race next. The plan is possible double headers throughout the season or towards the end of the season. Yeah. They're looking at possible double race in Vegas, double races in either Baku or Singapore. I feel like if you do double races at Singapore, the drivers might riot. I feel like that's a safety hazard at that point too. Like, you don't race there twice. Like, once is enough, and it's a sprint weekend. Why are you gonna do that? You know what I mean? Portimao has also been looked at. Imola's name has been thrown around. Some of the track that we're not using this year, you know. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I feel like if you're not gonna end the race at the Yas Marina, you have to find another track that can match the vibes, match the environment, the atmosphere, because that's just like a different kind of like energy, especially going to the last race, even if the championship's already over with. Like that race itself is just. It says F1.
It is a spectacle. Like
exactly
when you go to end of the Abu Dhabi, like you said, even if all the championships are wrapped up, like it's still an amazing race to watch. It's always interesting to watch. So it's like, it's been the last race of the F1 season for a while now, it's like to fans, like it is not like, hey, Abu Dhabi's like, hey, that's the showdown. All roads lead to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So
I mean, last year we saw the championship come down to that race.
Yeah.
And something about the fire, the way the fireworks hit at the end of the year, like every time. So I just don't know if Vegas is it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you looked at when Max won it in 2024
when he won the championship there.
He won it there in Vegas.
They had it on the Sphere. And
Vegas
everything.
is a spectacle. I mean, it would make the most sense. I honestly think out of all those races,
hey, just bring me like a night race at Coda.
Honestly, real.
Hey, it's hot in October. When every year the last 2 years I've gone to the U.S. Grand Prix in Austin at the Circuit of the Americas, it has been hot. You're chugging water, you're hiding from in any shade you can get. Bring me a night race out there, and I feel like it would be.
That would be nuts. It really would be. But I mean, yeah, it is. This is such a tricky situation because there is like real life like things happening that are affecting this, and like you have to be mindful of those things, and you have to look at it. And you have to realize like, hey, like these tracks, these things, it's not going to be possible.
Yeah,
you have to think about everybody's safety, the driver's safety, crew, everybody. So I mean, it's definitely a tough situation for Formula One and the FIA.
And I think the thing is too, they can't just cancel those races either because if what I read was true, is Liberty Media has to at least put on 22 races to reach like the deliverables to their sponsors and stuff like that. Yeah. So you're gonna have to get at least 2 more races somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be interesting to see where they decide and where we go. I'm willing to bet we're not in Qatar and Abu Dhabi this year. Yeah. Unfortunately. So it's going to be interesting to see where we end up come the end of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny you said a night race at Coda. I was thinking of a night race at Silverstone. I was like, night races somewhere else. Honestly, they should just start taking a page out of the F1 games. Just start doing reverse tracks, dude.
Hey.
Spa reverse.
Zandvoort in reverse.
Spa reverse.
Zandvoort in reverse.
Zandvoort in reverse.
Take that banking the opposite way.
Exactly.
Hey man, Zandvoort in reverse is fun.
It is.
It really is. Honestly, they're coming down to the nitty gritty time where it's like, all right, we got to start handling out the schedule. From what I've seen, man, Portimao wants a race this year.
They really do, because they're going to be on the calendar next year, but they want one this year for sure.
I mean, they've been trying to get back on the calendar for years, so like they're
like, hey guys, we're here, and like honestly, like I wouldn't be mad to see us go back to Imola either. Like,
no, I think both of those tracks, honestly, Portimao was one of my favorite tracks we've had in F1, like since I became a fan. There's no other track like that with the elevation changes as that track has.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's a track that's been kind of Max, so Junior obviously would love that one too. So it's a fun track. I think they'll be one of the replacements. The harder part is, like you said, where do you end the season?
Yeah.
I feel like one thing you have to say is it has to be at night.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a day race.
I'm telling you, they're gonna shift those somewhere early, and they're gonna end it in Vegas. I just see it happening. I really do. I don't know why.
Just don't do.
I hope not. Not because like I don't think it'll. I think it's gonna have it's gonna bring a weird stigma to the Las Vegas Grand Prix, because I feel like it's gonna, if it doesn't match the energy or match the expectations, then it's looked at like even worse than the Vegas already. The Vegas Grand Prix already gets a bad rep a lot of times.
Yeah, especially in that first year. But I feel like over these past 2 races,
it's gotten better. But yeah,
and we talked about this last time we were here. Like the potential of Vegas being moved to the last race of the year. Obviously, that shouldn't be the move. Abu Dhabi should be the if Abu Dhabi's there. I think
it shouldn't be the move permanently, but since they have talked about it.
I remember we talked about it. I still like Vegas as one of the last races of the last stretch of the year.
Yeah, I like it at the end of the calendar. I don't like it as the last race.
Yeah.
Only because it's got a lot to live up to.
But honestly, man, if it comes down to it and you can't find another option, I honestly think Vegas.
There's really nowhere else to go unless you create a night race somewhere else.
And God knows the people in Vegas they'll probably like that. The people who are making money will like that.
That's for sure. Especially if like a championship comes down to it, it's gonna bring in even more.
I wouldn't count out the Turkish Grand Prix since there's another Grand Prix that's coming back next year. But I've been thinking off the top of my head, like random tracks that we used to have. Fuji would be a great place to go back to as well. I was just seeing some pictures of the Fuji Mountains in the background. I did see
something, though, like, we bring up all these other tracks. I did see something that another European track is going to be hard to fit in the calendar is what I saw.
It's just because of the way the travel's going.
Yeah,
like,
with travel.
We move out of that area, like, so quickly. I mean,
they specifically changed the calendar around this year to limit the travel and then to turn around and have to do it again. I understand, so we'll see.
I think either Fuji or Turkey would be Portugal's at least in those areas. Like you said, I know the European circuit would be harder, but those just seem like the easiest viable candidates, especially like if you want to hold a night race. Like, I don't know if Portugal has track lights, but I'm pretty sure Istanbul Park does in Turkey. So yeah, you just got to wait and see what happens. But I really do think we're going to end up not going to those courses that were on the schedule originally.
Yeah. Speaking of races, something we didn't talk about last week that we did want to mention. We might be getting more sprint races next year.
I'm happy with that.
I don't hate it. I'm actually an enjoyer of the sprints. It just feels weird because like now you're like, where are all these tracks gonna? You know what I mean? Like, where are all these sprints gonna take place? And we've already seen Silverstone Sprint. We're gonna see Singapore. We're gonna see Zandvoort, even though Zandvoort's not on the calendar anymore after this year. But like, it's gonna be interesting to see where they fit 10 sprint races throughout the season. That's half the calendar pretty much.
Yeah, I definitely think if it does happen, this has to be it. Like, don't add any more after that. But yeah, I like sprint races. You know, it's more racing to enjoy, but at the same time, I understand why people don't like it. And the downside, you know, you only get one session of practice.
Yeah, I was gonna say it definitely it's gonna make the teams, like when they go to bring in upgrades, they're gonna have to get more strategic about it because they have to.
They could do like Ferrari a couple years ago and just bring them every upgrade at a sprint race and see what happens.
Just say, fuck it.
Okay, we'll just throw him out there and hopefully he doesn't break down.
I think it's like a consequence of the sport growing is the reason why we're adding all these sprints, because the price tag to host a race has gone up. The only way for like most of these tracks to even like make bank and like at least get some money back from hosting is by, hey, let's cancel instead of this practice session. We have a practice session. We have a qualifying and a race and maybe another qualifying.
It makes people want to be at the track to watch more than just a race on Sunday. Because I will say, going to COTA the last 2 years, they were both sprint. Yeah, they were both sprint weekends. So like Friday, you want to be there. Like even if you get there kind of late and you miss practice one, FP1, you're there for sprint qualifying.
Yep.
And then immediately Saturday, it's sprint and then qualifying again, which is always good. And then Sunday is the race. And more people, the attendance from Friday and Saturday to Sunday is almost double. Like the amount of people that are there on the track. But if you add that sprint, it brings more people to the track on Friday and Saturday versus just Sunday.
And I mean, that leads to more concessions, more merchandise sales, more parking sales, like a bunch of everything it leads to. I just think with the way the sport is going, like, they're not wasting any moments at these tracks, whereas like on a normal weekend, like in a non-sprint weekend,
people are walking around during FP1 and FP2. Fridays are practically
Fridays are like non-existent on non-sprint weekends. Like there's nothing. Like I've never heard a person say, "Oh man, I missed FP1."
Yeah,
I've never heard anybody say that.
If your average, say like for us, your average working American. Do I want to take off work on Friday to go to see FP1 and FP2, or do I want to take off work to go see FP1 in a sprint quali?
Right? Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's just the logistics behind it. Also, Ben, the president of FIA, pretty much said Christian Horner is coming back. It's just a matter of when. So we mentioned that the Triple Cabra will be returning.
He's lurking in the shadows.
I think it's going to be interesting to see where he lands. It's not if anymore. It's when he comes back. Where will he land?
Who cares?
And then shout out K-Mags.
Yes.
He is officially my man is doing all of the side quests right now.
Yep.
Left F1 and he's doing anything and everything he can. He's starting fight, like you said, Ivan, starting fights in NASCAR. He just became a endurance racing winner.
Yes, sir.
He won the 24 hours. What race did he win?
I'll look it up while you. I'm looking it up right now.
I'm not sure, but he is a world endurance championship race winner. So shout out to K-Mags.
Brazil.
Yep. Track.
BMW.
Wow. I didn't even realize it was Brazil. So the track he got pole at with Haas. So
hey, just loves
and
Brazil,
then 9 months later,
I was going to say that next part. Man, Brazil has been nice to that man in his lifetime.
Hey, man. In 9 months' time, K-Mag might have another addition to the family.
Right.
Hey, is what it is. Shout out him though. Yeah, we got to give him some love there.
Absolutely.
And then I don't want to get too far into it again because we've already mentioned it plenty of this season, but the drivers market is still looking like it's shifting. This offseason is going to be interesting for the drivers market because we thought it was going to be centered around Max, but apparently all the reports are now it's going to be centered around what Fernando Alonso does. Fernando Alonso is again teasing retirement.
He can't keep getting away with this.
You got him looking at possibly leaving. You got Max possibly moving. Oscar possibly moving. Ollie looking at moving to take one of those. See, Red Bull's apparently eyeing Ollie Bierman to take Max's spot if Max leaves. Yuki, we said it. Alex and Carlos are both unhappy with Williams, so you got Yuki possibly looking at taking Carlos's seat if Carlos moves to Audi or wherever he goes. You got rookies moving up. I mean, the F2 championship leader is possibly looking at taking Liam Lawson's seat at the Racing Bulls next year. It's going to be a shuffle.
Carlos sure does love downgrading his teams, doesn't he?
Hey, man.
I'm a Carlos fan, but like, good Lord, dude, like pick a team ahead of you.
If only. Other than that, I mean, not a whole lot going on this week other than it's race week. We get to go race at Spa. I do want to say, if you're in the Houston area and you follow us and you watch our show, Sunday we will be at Social Beer Garden. We will be at the watch party that is hosted by the Space City Racing Club. They're a great team that's put together these awesome watch parties and is building the F1 community up here in Houston. If you're in the area and you want to come watch the race with us, we will be there watching the race as we have been the past few weeks. But also, we will be filming on scene immediately following the race. So we will not be here next week in the studio. We will be at the event, filming on scene, live, recording our immediate reactions to the Belgian Grand Prix because it's gonna be a fun race. It's gonna be an interesting race. We're gonna be surrounded by the F1 community here in Houston. We're gonna have people joining us on the show. It's not gonna be us three. It's gonna be us three plus whatever fans are in the area and want to hop on with us. Not everybody wants to be on camera, but if they do, hopefully we'll get some of the Space City Racing Club team on there. We'll get some of the random fans. We're gonna either crash out together or celebrate together depending on who wins and who crashes.
There's a good chance there's going to be a lot of emotions at the table.
But it's going to be a fun one.
It's going to be
it's going to be great.
So if you're in the Houston area and you follow us, make sure you come out. Follow them, so Space City Racing Club, and you'll get all the details from their social media pages. Boys, do we want to give our predictions now?
Don't have a choice.
I'm still in the lead with 14 points.
Yes.
But Mark has started to creep up. He now has 12 points? 11 or 12 points?
Somewhere around there. I think 11.
Ivan's still in P3 with
four. I think 4 points.
4 or 5 points. Mark's trying to get a comeback. I need some points. So, that being said,
Junior, why don't you go first this week, buddy?
Our Belgian Grand Prix. Our Belgian Grand Prix predictions. We start off with pole, which if we get that right gives us 1 point, and then we'll give our podium. Again, just to recap, P3 gives us 1 point. If we get
the
P2,
graphic will be right there.
The graphic will be on the screen, as always. But P2 is 2 points, and then P1, if we get that correct, is 3 points. I guess I'll start this time. Man, where do I want to go with this?
Every weekend,
I'm going to go Kimmy. I'm just going to stick with Kimmy for pole. I think Mercedes is still going to be strong. I mean, I want to say Ferrari can get them a run for the money, but Ferrari has looked better in the races versus qualifying.
Yeah.
I think it's still Mercedes' game when it comes to qualifying, even with Max or Lewis or even possibly Charles, the one or two times he's been up there, like trying to sneak out pole. Mercedes has still found a way to be faster, and barring any crazy issues with the Mercedes, I think Kimi is still just on a good form.
Yeah.
And so I think Kimi takes pole in qualifying.
Yeah, not much argument for me. There is a part of me that wants to put George, but you know, with the no,
do it.
No, you're not gonna convince me. You know, if George gets pole after, I'm like gonna go on this whole rant about me not wanting to give him that. I'm gonna kill him. No, but yeah, no. I'm gonna go with Kimi. You know, he's had the problems, but he's still the fastest driver in my opinion right now. So we're gonna go with Kimi.
All right. So earlier, I just want to correct something. I misspoke. So Ferrari has got pole position here 3 out of the past 5 years, but it's actually been Max Verstappen that's won 3 of the past 5 years here. So I'm gonna go with what history's telling me, boys. I'm gonna go with Charles Leclerc getting pole this weekend. I want to say Hamilton, but I do think Ferrari gets another pole this weekend.
Okay.
Charles has gotten 2 out of the 3 last pole positions here at Spa. This is a track he loves, especially coming off of a win. I think Charles Leclerc gets a surprise pole position, and we'll see what happens in the race. We'll hear where that comes to next.
Podium. See, this is where because I'm scared. I want to pick a Mercedes driver to win the race, but I'm scared because of the reliability. And these straight line modes, man, they're either going to be the greatest thing ever invented for Mercedes at this race, or they're going to be the downfall and the reason why they don't finish. Screw it. P3, I'm going to go Lewis Hamilton. I think Ferrari's going to be up there. They're going to be pushing. Yeah. P3, Lewis Hamilton. P2, I got Charles Leclerc. And then P1, winning the Belgian Grand Prix, I got Kimi Antonelli. I think the reliability issues show their ugly face for George probably, and that's why he falls off the podium. Or he's just one of those race weekends where he's just not fast. Like he had, was it Silverstone? His last race where he just couldn't. And the Mercedes are going to be right there. The Ferraris are going to be right there to claim that. The only people I see that might throw a wrench into my podium is McLaren.
Max. Really, McLaren?
Yeah, I want to say Max, but I just don't trust Red Bull until they fix that rear wing and whatever else is going to happen.
I think they're going to get it fixed.
I believe they will get it fixed because at this point it's a safety issue. But also, I don't know. Something tells me McLaren's going to be kind of fighting up towards the front a little bit this season, this race. I don't know why, but yeah, I got Lewis P3, Charles P2, Kimi winning the race P1. Wave that little Italian flag right there for Kimi.
And Ferrari.
Yeah,
all
look
Italian.
At that, all Italian.
Yeah,
in a
nice
sense.
One. Yeah, McLaren got the 1-2 here last year. They had the rocket ship, so yeah, maybe they'll be good. But I don't have a McLaren in my podium. It's a Ferrari and Mercedes. I just don't have my podium. I'm just gonna go. So with third, I'll go with Charles. Second, we'll go. Man, this is where it gets tough. I just want to predict, but I start overthinking and thinking. Do I go with my heart? Do I go with my head? Man. Screw it. Second, we'll go Lewis Hamilton. First, we'll go with Kimi Antonelli with the win. I think
so. Me and you pretty much have the same podium, except our P2 and P3 are swapped.
Yeah, I think Lewis is still slightly faster than Charles. I think more if any one of them is going to get the win or like higher position, it's going to be Lewis right now. As much as I would love to go with the Charles stat because I know Charles does well here, especially in qualifying. I've done that before where I've looked at the statistics, like a flashback to Baku last year. But yeah, flashback to Baku last year. Charles he did well at the track, and I predicted it and did go well for me. So yeah, that's my podium. Hopefully it works out. If it doesn't, oh well.
Ivan?
Let's see. Third place. Man, it's just such a good track for him. I can't. Third place, I'll say George Russell. I was going to almost say Max, but I had to stop myself. Second place, I'll have Lewis Hamilton. First place, I will have Kimi in first. So it's pretty similar podium.
So you had George P3, Lewis P2?
Yep, Lewis P2, and then I have Kimi Antonelli winning the race this weekend. I just don't see. I think Verstappen will bring a lot and maybe fight for that third place, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't want this to happen. If the way it happens, like I'm thinking it's going to happen, Charles is going to, for the 20th time in his career, get pole and not win the race. So, like, that's something I don't want to happen, but I just don't see a Mercedes being stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But that reliability is scary as hell, so you never know, dude.
So that's the one thing that's thrown a wrench into, I think, all of our predictions since this
it just feels weird that Mercedes is the reliability team.
I mean, me and you both almost predicted Max on P3, and then he sent the car off 4 laps to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
he's burned me the past 2 weeks, dog. I can't do it again. I can't do it again.
I told you, I just don't trust Red Bull. I love my guy, but I can't trust Red Bull in that car, man. I can't. So, yeah, those are our predictions. Hopefully, I get more points than these guys so I can keep my lead.
Hopefully not.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all our socials. Again, Around the Circuit on Instagram and TikTok, at Around the CCT on X or Twitter, whatever you call it. Make sure you're commenting. Make sure you're liking. Make sure you're following, subscribing, all that goodness. Support us. We are on our way to 100 subscribers, and we will be doing a little giveaway when we hit 100 subscribers. So we appreciate the support. We appreciate the love. Hopefully, we'll see y'all out at the watch party, Space City Racing Club's watch party on Sunday morning. It's an early race. I think it's an 8 a.m. start for us here in Houston.
Yes, sir.
But we'll be out there with all the community, the F1 community, and we'll be filming. So if you want to come jump on the pod with us, pull up. We'll be out there.
Yep.
Appreciate the support. We'll see y'all next week. We'll recap the Belgian Grand Prix. We'll preview the Hungary Grand Prix, the Hungarian Grand Prix.
I'm hungry.
And then
let's get this over with.
Yeah, we'll go from there. We'll get ready to head into the final race of the first half. See y'all next week. We're out of here. Peace.
Allez, blue.